Welcome to Two Weirdos Mental Ward.
Hello. Yes, this is our first official. We gave you a little teaser a while back, I think about 4 months ago or something, Matt, but this is our first official one. We're here at, we were actually just in a rather large bookstore, and we had some thoughts we wanted to share with you. Matt, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Well, Hemingway, Steinbeck, Picasso, probably not a good one to actually say right now because a lot of people calling him a perv.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Andy Warhol.
Well, I look at Picasso the way I look at Kevin Spacey. He does have a lot of great stuff that he's done, but yeah, personally, he's a total wackadoodle, perv, whatnot.
Yeah. But the point, who chose to call them great?
Yeah. What determines, I think what you're getting is, what determines what's a classic, what's a great work of art or a great work of literature? Like, a lot of times the classics are what we're exposed to and read like in high school. But yeah, who decides? Who decides what's great? I mean, don't get us wrong, they are great works of literature, but who decides? That's our question. If you ever thought about that, like who decides? Like, well, this guy's great and this guy's not. You know, this guy is awesome and this guy sucks.
You're forced to read something in school. It takes you forever to get through it. How is that a good book?
Yeah. Yeah, or it can have the opposite effect. It turns out, like, I don't ever want to read anything again. We had to read all this crap in high school. Not that it's crap. I don't think that. I'm sure Matt doesn't either. But
no, there's some of them that like Of Mice and Men's great.
Yes,
I think that's great. It's a story about a guy and his friend. I think is his brother.
It's his brother, and his brother.
It is his brother.
Yeah, and his brother is a little like a little slow.
Mentally challenged.
Slow. I was going to say slow, but yeah, that's a more correct term. Yes.
Or like handicapable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
he doesn't know his own strength.
Right. Well, he doesn't. That's the thing, though. He doesn't really have like. It's physically he's okay. It's just mentally he's a little, like I said, slow or mentally challenged.
And it's about their struggle through the 30s, which sucked. Even if there wasn't a depression, I think I don't know. The 20s were really like good.
Well, yeah, but the farm belt especially, keeping in mind that there was no social safety net of any kind when the Great Depression first started. But like the farming community was hit especially hard because people couldn't afford to buy their stuff, so you had all these crops that they couldn't sell, and and they had mortgages and bills to pay like everybody else, and of course they had to feed themselves.
And no offense, but farm area is not my cup of tea.
No, I'm not much of a farm. I don't think I'd last very long on a farm.
No. Fun thing about flour sacks in back then.
Right.
There's a flour sack dress because it was the 30s.
Oh yeah.
People couldn't afford fabric, and the people who put out the flour put like in these sacks noticed that they were wearing burlap sacks as dresses and stuff. So they started putting out flour sacks with like floral prints on them and stuff like that, so they can take the fabric and make nicer dresses out of it.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But back to like what we were saying though is that you're gonna get used to us going off the rails and getting on tangents. It's just what we do.
It's called Two Weirdos Mental Ward. We're gonna go off a rail.
Oh yes, many times.
And if you notice, we're in a vehicle on the way to a mental ward.
Yes, we've got some people in the back. We got them in straight jackets. Actually, we're in straight jackets.
Shut up, Gary. No one knows you exist.
I don't care if you think you're an orange, Steve. It's fine. Nobody's gonna pill you. Just shut up. Sorry.
Oh, that's the Pink Floyd thing.
Yeah.
Oh no! You better not take acid, because if you do, what'll happen? You'll think you're an orange forever. I know a guy. Everybody knows that. Has heard this. Like, that's the hardest thing. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, like it's like almost an urban legend. It's like, oh, the story. It's like, yeah, everybody has a friend that was, that did that kind of, went and down a mental corridor, as I call it, that they shouldn't have. And, you know, some of them were okay, some of them weren't. I actually was that person. I think I turned out okay. Anyway, so back to the literature thing. Yeah, who decides who's class? Another good one, George Orwell, 1984. Great book. Great book about the dangers of not thinking for yourself, about the dangers of media and government manipulation and control. I think it's an instruction manual on how to rule the world. Read it. Read it. Get control of the world. Take it.
Hi, what?
You kind of, did you black out there for a moment, Matt? Are you okay?
You're kissing me.
Okay, you all right? Anyway, is that I think it's, you know, the aspects of it are very relevant today, especially what's going on with how some people claim fake news. Not that I agree with that, or you know, both sides, if you will, tend to talk about conspiracies and, you know, doing this and that, you know, and it is interesting to me. I think George Orwell would find it fascinating that it wasn't the government. Yes, there's surveillance cameras everywhere, and you know that, but it's not the government that's watching our every move. We're watching each other because we all have camera phones and things like that, which, I mean, that can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing. It just kind of depends on who's using it and what they're using it for. But still, I mean, who decides what's a great work? You know, for those of you out there that, you know, might want to, you know, put your input, you can go, our Facebook page is, I know we haven't been doing this in a while, our Facebook page is still working, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's still up.
Okay.
Weirdos Mental Ward.
Yes, you can post your comments, whatever, you know, you care to say, whether you agree with us or don't, or maybe, you know, somewhere in between, or just have something to add. And by the way, on a mental note, I would like to, or another mental note, I'm sorry. On another note, sorry we haven't really done anything in a while. It's totally my fault. I was languishing in a
office medication.
Yes. I, you know, what can you do? You know, it happens. Hey, no, I had some things that I had to do personally, and it kind of we hadn't had a chance to do anything in a while. But you know, Matt here is so awesome. You know, I called him a couple weeks ago. I said, hey man, let's get back on the ball with this. Sorry, all my fault. And you know, he cried for a little bit, and then he yelled at me, and then we were fine. So.
Doesn't feel awkward at
all. No, I'm kidding. He didn't really cry, but you know, I thought that. But anyway, that aside, so what other authors can you think of? Same thing, like classic. You know, who decides that they're great or they're classic or whatnot?
All I'm thinking about is Jackson Pollock.
Really? Why Jackson Pollock?
Because he stuck a stick in a couple of buckets of paint and just, you know, made the lines and all that stuff. And was he drunk when he did it? I don't know. Probably.
Right.
He was a massive alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
But then somebody looked at that and said, he stopped at just the right moment.
Well, maybe it was, you know, because it's like, you know, maybe it was one of these things where, you know, because we've all been drinking a lot, you know, for whatever reason, and we all have that voice go off in our heads, like hopefully have that voice go off. It's like, okay, I think you've had enough. Do not take another drink. And if we listen to it, we're fine. We might still be intoxicated, but we're fine. And if we don't, usually, well, you know, that's when you wake up and you don't remember the last 4 hours, or you know.
Why is my car in the living room?
No, yeah, I was like, or where is my car? Or, how did I get home? Or why is my friend texting me saying, I can't believe you did that last night? Why did you say that to my girlfriend? What's wrong with you? Our friendship is over. Just little words of wisdom. Know when to say, know when to cut yourself off.
Who's that laying next to me? Oh God! Are they alive? You want breakfast?
What's your name again?
What city am I in?
Yeah.
Oh, a different state.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Is that the French Quarter that I'm seeing out the window? That was weird. I started off, I was at my neighborhood bar in 5 Points South.
Holy crap! And is that Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in so much debt.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like, I was like, yeah, like, is that Paris? Are we in London? You know, it's weird. I had a dream last night about
this.
running up and down an airplane in my underwear. I thought it was a dream. Maybe it wasn't.
I drunkenly crawled in the dog kennel. How'd I wake up here? But yeah, like, who's to say who's great?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, who's to say? I mean, you know, and we don't want all of you out there to get the wrong idea. I mean, obviously, you know, whether it's Steinbeck or George Orwell or Hemingway, I mean, yes, these are great.
Dr. Seuss.
Yes, well, can't forget Dr. Seuss.
Well, okay, I can tell you why he's great.
Yeah, well, yeah, go ahead. Please do.
Because I do like green eggs and ham.
Do you know that used to be, up until the late 90s, that book was banned in China because they thought it was a critique of communism? But what's weird is if you actually read the book, it's kind of in a way like saying, you know, come on, you know you like this, do that. I mean, you could make the argument that it's actually the opposite. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know, it's just saying, hey, well, really, I look at it, it's like it's saying, hey, try this, you like it, don't, you know, pass judgment until you do.
I thought it's just like, hey, once in a while, eat a green thing.
Yeah.
It's not that gross.
Yeah.
I never crossed my mind that said, hey, you know what? Communism, bad.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Yes.
That is also how someone could become called, who could at one point be called great.
How's that?
Jumping the boat.
Yes. Yes. Thinking outside the box. Doing their own thing. Yes.
Yeah.
We know, I mentioned Orwell earlier. A lot of people don't know that George Orwell, I forget, it was one of the smaller countries that had been a member of the, or had been part rather of the Russian Empire. And when socialist revolution broke out in that country, he was part of the like, you know, the army that was fighting against the established government. And then when that government took over and he saw what they were doing, he saw the eventual outcome, and that's where he got the idea for 1984.
The more you know.
Because knowledge is power.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! You see, we watch a lot of TV and movies, but we do like to read. But no, I just wanted to make the point that, you know, we're not saying these works of literature, these authors are not great. They're amazing, they're incredible. We're posing the question, really, what makes them great? Who decided they were great? At what point they decided they were great?
Is there a committee?
Yes. See, that's what we're going to be doing, not exclusively, but Matt, back me up on this. That's what we're going to be doing a lot of, is we're going to be posing questions to make took me literally, to make you think. No, it's fine, it's cool. To make you think, to make you question, you know, things like, here's a good one. This isn't even literature. Here's a good one. Think about some of the foods we take for granted that we love. Like, I love seafood. You like seafood, right?
Yeah,
it's really good.
Seafood?
Oh God. That's cool. Who was the first person to eat an oyster? I mean, I love oysters, like oysters Rockefeller or oysters on a half shell. They're delicious.
No. Here's a better question.
Okay.
Who's the one who found a rock lying on the thing and decided, I want to pry that thing open and see if it's got snot in the middle of it?
Dude, we're like right here, because that's what I was gonna say. Who was the first person that found it and cracked it open? And then, you know, it was probably a dare. His friend said, hey buddy, hey man, I dare you to eat that. What's in there? I know it looks like a big loogie, but why don't you eat it anyway? Go ahead. Dare you.
That's got to be an ancient food.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're good. I love oysters, but I mean, yeah. A lot of things. Just like think about the first person to drink milk. That was pretty brave. I mean, we take it for granted now. I mean, you know, all mammals give milk to their young, but I mean, we take it for granted. I mean, who was the first person to go, I'm going to go over and squeeze those things on that cow, and we're going to...
Steve!
Yeah.
Steve, stop sucking on that cow's teats! You're embarrassing me! Stop! You know you're not allowed around animals.
Yeah. It's like, Steve, I told you you need it to stop after your 10th glass of mead. We've talked about this, Steve.
He's got a problem, that guy.
He does. He totally does. He did. Anyway, I mean,
he did.
Yeah.
Steve went off the deep end.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes. Got kicked by a cow.
You know how I heard mead was created?
How?
It had rained, and like two guys came across a beehive, and it was leaking this liquid out, and I don't know how a leaking beehive led to let me drink what's in that, but somehow that went, and they were like, hey, you know what? I got real drunk off of that. What's drunk? I don't know. It's a word I just come up with. Because, you know, mead's supposed to be the original alcohol beverage.
Yeah.
So if it's the...
Because before they had grapes, you know, especially in the Middle Ages, before they started, like, kind of doing more trade and...
You know what would be a good way to squash these grapes? By hand, Dave? No, we take our shoes off, we fill a giant barrel full of the grapes, and we step on them. Won't that make our drink taste like feet? No, it's okay. It's okay. At some point in the 50s, some lady's gonna make it really funny.
Yeah. I love Lucy reference for those of you that don't know. Now you know. I know it's half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Yes, exactly. So let's see, what else? What else? We were talking about a few things earlier we wanted to mention to our viewers out there.
Please watch us.
Yes, please watch us. More to come on a regular basis.
We'll do this more if there's people watching.
Yeah.
I look at the thing. I've subscribed to my own channel. It is sad.
I do too. Oh, well, you know, actually, I talked to my friend Scott Evans earlier. We were on the phone earlier before I came up here to meet you, and he said he went ahead and subscribed to it while we were on the phone. So, hey, Scott, what's up? This is Matt, Scott, Matt.
Hi.
Yeah, Scott's going to be in town next weekend. I mentioned that. Yeah, he and I are going to go out and get into some trouble.
They're going to drink on a couch.
No, we're not.
They're going to drink in a bar.
Yes.
On a couch.
Bars.
With couches. Hey, that'd be a good idea.
What's that?
Like, open a bar, and it's like, instead of like bar stools and stuff, it's couches.
Oh, yeah.
It'll have to be a 24-hour one, because somebody's going to pass out on the couch.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen stuff like that before. Not here, but I've seen stuff like that before. But it would.
All the couches will definitely have to be covered in plastic.
Well, see, and that's speaking of bars, exactly. So speaking of bars, that's one of the things we're going to start doing soon. Is some of our conversations you'll hear us have, like things like Star Trek versus Star Wars, horror movies. Yes.
Why does somebody always run into the attic in a horror movie? You can't escape the attic. You're gonna break something jumping out that window. Mm-hmm. Go out the back door or the window.
Yes, exactly. But we're going to be having these conversations at in booths or tables or at the bar of several different bars in 5 Points, and of course we'll let you know where we're going to be. You'll see it. We'll obviously give credit where credit is due to whoever lets us use their fine facility. So that's coming up, and maybe even a few videos of us after the fact getting loaded, or maybe me getting loaded. I don't know. You don't really drink that much, maybe.
I'm a cheap date. I can't say I don't drink, because like a happening Halloween or something comes around, right. I go to the bar, I'll have a beverage. Well, that's a funny word to me.
Beverage, yeah, it does sound a little weird.
I was in school once, and this kid was getting, because I was working the snack thing, and the kid was angry because someone's confused about his order, and goes, "Look, I want my candy and I want my beverage," and I lost it, and it's been funny ever since.
That makes sense. I can see that. It's like I'm trying to think of one that's that way for me, and I'm kind of blanking out right now. But that's okay. If I remember it, I'll mention it in a future show.
Yeah.
So is there
maybe we'll do a thing about that.
Yeah, there we go. Like, ooh, funny sounding words. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of K sounds are supposed to be really funny.
Yes.
Like if you yell at somebody in improv, carol is always a good word because of the.
Yeah. It's true.
Dadgummit, carol. Why don't you get back to accounting?
Well, right. Or like kind of like one of the things that the late great George Carlin is known for is like his talking about this was earlier in his career, like talking about like in the 70s.
The words you can't say.
Well, yes, the words you can't say, of course, but also like weird sounding words or phrases in the English language don't make any sense. For instance, hot water heater. I'm sorry, I'd like to buy a hot water heater. Well, what the hell for? Hot water doesn't need to be heated. You must want a cold water heater. Or my personal favorite, and I thought about this long before I ever saw George Carlin, and really before I was old enough to be able to watch George Carlin, aloud, I guess I should say, is the flammable, inflammable, non-inflammable. Why are there three? Either the thing flams or it doesn't flam. But anyway, that's my little homage to George Carlin. Those things like that, that would be a good show. Just words and phrases and things.
Like homage. That like it's got HOMAGE.
Mm-hmm.
First time I looked at the word hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. It looks like it's spelled whores divorce.
Yes, it does. I remember thinking the same thing. I would think I was going to like a wedding or something with my mom, and I was like maybe 11, 12. I was like, Mom, I actually said that, Mom, what are hors d'oeuvres? And she was like, that's hors d'oeuvres, honey. They're small little things, usually on crackers. Or,
apparently. It's hors d'oeuvres, and the whore is silent. Like usual.
At least until I've had a couple martinis.
Should have left you at home, Carol.
Skippy and Skylar told me that one on their yacht at brunch the other day, Matt.
Oh God, we got to talk about 80s movies.
80s movies.
And yuppies.
Yes. Oh, now speaking once again, back to our Facebook page, which is Two Weirdos Mental Ward. If you have a topic that you'd like to hear Matt and I discuss in our own particular, unique, interesting, and incredibly insane way,
or yell at us and tell us we're not funny.
Yes. Please let us know. We'd be happy to indulge you, or at least read it and then dismiss it, and decide we don't want to do it.
And then maybe you and Muffy can go have tennis.
Exactly.
Oh.
Anything else you want to add, Matt?
You and Muffy and I can go play tennis.
Sounds good. See you all soon. Keep watching Two Weirdos Mental Ward. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. Don't fear the Reaper. Quizak, Satarak, all that.
And be calm and bring a towel.